Dream and Melvin do anything today?
Yeah, they'll be moved up to limited.
Is Melvin's injury something that might linger the rest of the year, or is he getting better?
I don't think so. I don't think it will linger. It's more of a bruise type thing, I believe, and just pretty sore for him.
How did Ronald Darby come out yesterday as a full participant?
Good. He had a good day yesterday.
Is it a good problem to have to try to figure out, sort of like where you started with more corners than there are necessarily spots without getting creased?
Yeah, that's a good thing to have, and we'll play the to see how Ronald gets through the week and then make a decision how we play him.
We haven't asked you much about Bryce Callahan this year. What sort of season has he had here through the first 5 weeks?
Really good. Even in the 2 games ago when he had to go in and play corner because of injuries, he went out there seamlessly and broke up a pass in the end zone. Bryce is a damn good football player.
What makes Renfro so effective out of the slot for them?
Really quick, really elusive, great instincts for football, tough to tackle after he catches it. He's really one of the top slots in the league.
You talk to all of us about the week-to-week nature of the business. How do you know and how do you build trust in your locker room so when you do go through a 2-game losing streak, you still can be confident your message is getting through?
Yeah, I believe we have the right guys in there.
Yeah.
We have some good leaders, and everybody's intentions are all for the good. And you just got to fight through these times. It gets tough at times. Some doubt can creep in, from all different angles.
Sure. But
you got to fight through that and have a great week of preparation and go out and play your best on the following week.
Coach, like whether it's head coach or position coaches, having built a relationship with your players so they still listen to you. I mean, you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Relationships are important in this business.
Coach,
more so now than ever.
There was a report of a dust-up amongst defensive players at practice yesterday. Is that true? And if so, what can you share about it?
Yeah, it was just a little dust up, a little frustration, nothing major.
What was it based on?
Just, guys doing their job the right way, that's all.
Back to Callahan, how do you think he grew and just got to be a better player over the last couple of years while dealing with those injuries? And, how did he bounce back from that this year, you think?
Well, he's healthy. The injury he ended the season with last year that I think cost him the last 6 games has healed fully, and he's back to being normal. His injuries over the years have always been ones that once healed, he's fine. There's no residual effects. And he's a damn good football player, and we're glad to have him.
Coach, can dust-ups or shouting matches, I remember last year Chubb and Shelby and you kind of were at each other on the sideline. Can that be a good thing ultimately because showing how much everybody cares and just wants to make sure everyone's taking accountability, I guess?
Yeah, in some ways it can, yeah.
What have you seen from Derek Carr so far this season? Has he taken a step forward in his game?
He's always been very impressive to me. He's really a good passer. He's accurate with good touch at all 3 levels of the field. He has good command of their offense. They do a lot of audibling, and he's very good at it. He's got really good pocket feel. And the guy's, one of the upper echelon quarterbacks in the league.
Teddy joked with us on Sunday that, regarding the fast starts, that maybe we should be kind of knocking heads before the game and kind of Joe College stuff. Is there stuff you can simulate in practice to, help create a faster start on both sides of the ball?
I don't know about in practice. I think it's more of a mindset. And, and sometimes what looks to be a slow start, sometimes is just somebody getting beat deep, or somebody missing a block, somebody dropping a catch, maybe a pass, maybe a poor throw, and all of a sudden it's a slow start, and everybody thinks it's a slow start because of you're not ready. You're not into the game. Your mind's not right. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes your mind isn't right. It's kind of like in baseball. You're a baseball fan, and team loses 3-0, and they say, "Man, our team looked listless, lazy." they had no base runners.
Yeah.
You know, when you have no base runners, you're not going to look very good. And, you know, so, you know, there's all kind of things that go into that. And hopefully we can get that rectified.
So with things that are kind of situational, like start of the game, third downs, are when they go wrong, is it usually just a symptom that something deeper is at play? Something deeper is at play?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
The run defense against the Steelers, was it them getting a push on your defensive front or linebackers not fitting? What was the primary?
It was a little bit of everything. You know, we just didn't play it well enough like we had been in a lot of the same calls that we had been in. We just have to play it with a little bit better at all spots.
Vic,
How much do you and Perry Pat talk about the challenges of taking advantage of the organic strengths while not being hurt by things it has to work? Making that balance with the tight end is so key if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, we all like Noah, think he's a good receiver as a tight end, good blocker. Last week we, you know, because of their rush, you know, we had him chipping some, which you see a lot throughout the league sometimes. You know, when they got a good pass rush, and that kind of kept them a little bit out of the passing game. But we have no qualms about Noah's ability and what he can do for us.
Is Waller in the same category as Kelsey and Kittle? And if so, why?
Yeah, he definitely is. You know, he's I think one of the most special players in the league, regardless of position. He can play wide receiver at his size because of his speed and athleticism, and yet he can go in and be tight end and do the blocking, do the traditional tight end routes. He's a tough matchup for whoever has him, and I think he's truly, you know, one of the 10 special players in the league.
So what's the plan then to kind of contain him, knowing all the other targets as well?
Yeah, it's hard because, as you know, we had the question there from kids about Renfro. You know, he's pretty damn good too. And then you got Jacobs to contend with and Ruggs to contend with. You know, you got to share the load and move it around a little bit.
Thanks,
All right,
Vic.
thank you.
See you tomorrow.